With everybody saying, yeah.
Welcome to the most must-see WWE talk show in history. Welcome to Miz TV.
Hey, this is TBK here. We are at the red carpet ring. Got another one for WWE SmackDown live show commentary reaction. Got not one but two bonuses today. We're gonna talk about SmackDown. Got the bonus of Will J. Cargill debut at the Royal Rumble. Also, a big thing that also happened is Vince McMahon steps down from TKO and the whole WWE following the scandal that happened to him yesterday that I broke on the toxic ring scandal. So it's a lot going on with Vince McMahon. I will discuss that first. Before I do that, like I said, I'll go over everything that's been going on. Like I said, it's been really wild week of everything that's been going on at the red carpet ring. I'm also on X and Rumble, so also check me out over there. Like, subscribe while you're over there at Rumble, and check me out on X as well. So with that being said, I will discuss that stuff first, but it is definitely a wild week. There's no other way to describe it, but like I said, I will get to it right now of what's transpired this whole week, and definitely have we'll get to more of it. But with that being said, let's get into it. Let's see what's happened with Vince McMahon. This has been very wild, and news broke maybe an hour ago. So let's see what's been happening as far as Mr. Vince and Kenny McMahon goes. Let's see. Now, Vince McMahon, excuse me. Vince McMahon, like I said, he had the whole allegation, everything going on with him, but it is official that Vince McMahon is out regarding this whole thing that's been going on, and he is out. Definitely breaking news, but I will pull up the rest of what's been going on. Let's see what's going on in the whole scandal of him. Now, it says here that Vince McMahon resigns from TKO after misconduct claims. So let's read more about it. Vince McMahon, who co-founded modern WWE in 1982, has resigned from his roles as TKO executive chairman from his position that he had in WWE. Let's read on. Let's continue. And not that, but also from his position of the TKO board of directors. He said a statement provided to ESPN, which is Friday Night Tonight. This is definitely the breaking news of all this was going on. It's been one thing after the next with Mr. Vince McMahon. But let's read more about it. McMahon 78 leaves the publicly traded company, which was formerly UFC merged with WWE last year, following a lawsuit filed Thursday that accused him of misconduct. In a lawsuit, Janelle Grant, who worked in WWE's legal and talent departments, alleged that McMahon forced her to an relationship in order for her to obtain and keep her job, and passed around crazy pictures and videos of her to other men, including other employees. The lawsuit, which was filed in the U.S. District Court in Connecticut, where WWE's headquarters, also names WWE, and John Laurinaitis, the company's former head of talent relations and general manager, as defendants. And then it said Grant alleged forced abuse and exploitation beginning March 2020. and it included several text message screenshots that that calls McMahon asking for SX. But he responded to what's been going on with the whole claims. Let's see what else he means by that. He says, I stand by my prior statement of Ms. Grant lawsuits replete with lies, obscene, made-up instances that never occurred, and is a vindictive distortion of the truth. McMahon said in a statement, I intend to vigorously defend myself against these baseless accusations and look forward to clearing my name. Vigorously, I mean to say. However, out of respect for WWE Universe, the extraordinary TKO business, and board members and shareholders, partners and constituents, and all the employees, superstars who helped make WWE its global leader, it is today. I have decided to resign from my executive chairmanship in the TKO board of directors, effective immediately. So he's done. He's out. Yeah, Vince is out. He's out of his position. McMahon, a multi-millionaire, stepped down WWE CEO 2022 amid an investigation into allegations that matched those in the lawsuit. Like I said, Vince is done. I knew, like I said, he ain't coming back no next time. And it says here that also that TKO had made a statement regarding this whole situation. See what they have to say regarding this whole thing. This thing's been crazy on top of crazy. It says that I want to inform you that Vince McMahon has tendered his resignation from his position as TKO chairman, executive chairman, and also on the TKO board of directors. WWE President Nick Khan told all staff in a memo obtained by ESPN on Friday night. He will no longer have a role with TKO Group host or WWE. And that's probably the best thing for them to do. So that's the best thing for it to do, honestly. Let's continue on. Grant signed an undisclosed agreement in 2022 in connection with the agreement. McMahon to pay her $3 million. WWE started a board investigation the same year after receiving an anonymous tip about an improper relationship. Somebody on Ed Price says something. Who knows? In the suit, McMahon said McMahon paid $1 million for stop making payments thereafter. She seeks to avoid the NDA along with unspecified financial damages. 67-page lawsuit. Ooh, that's a lot of pages. Also implicated a former UFC World Heavyweight Champion, which we said was Brock Lesnar on Toxic Ring. And let's see. Like I said, it's been a crazy week for WWE. Netflix had the $5 billion deal with Netflix. A 10-year deal, they opted out after 5. Then The Rock, who also owns his name, The Rock, and was appointed TKO board of directors. We know where Vince McMahon's spot went to now. They received the trademark of his name. Then Friday Night SmackDown will go for Fox USA in the fall with its monthly preview and live streams are streaming on Peacock. Man. Yeah, Vince McMahon, you're done. There's no other way of putting it. He's out. He's out. It's just a wrap for him. It's a wrap. There's nothing, and I mean nothing that's going to change that. It's not. There's nothing no one can do at this point. Vince McMahon, this time when you go away, you stay away. Salute to you. Honestly, good bread. Salute to XL Pro. Yeah, Vince, this is it. Like I said, sorry for the late. I went late because I had to cover this Vince McMahon story. It needed to be covered. Like I said, we'll cover, of course, SmackDown and the other bonus, Jay Cargill. But I just wanted to add this on. This was breaking. Vince McMahon is out as everything. No board directors, no executive chairman, nothing. You know, I mean, honestly, we got to think of this whole situation so far, because unfortunately, I got some more information regarding this. There's some more information regarding this whole situation. Unfortunately, there's more. I'm just gonna pull up something regarding this of the whole Vince McMahon thing. Because what Vince McMahon, what also was revealed to Miss Grant, Janelle Grant, they call her, which is her name. You know, also there were gifts that he gave her. So I'm gonna let's have that right now. But there also were gifts that was provided to Miss Grant from Vince McMahon. He provided her with a lot of stuff regarding this whole thing. And I think that's where I explained what's going on. We'll go right here. These are a list of things that he left her. It says the list of items received by Miss Grant from McMahon in 2019. So these are the gifts that was provided. Let's read down the list. Alternative clinic, medical care, and medical and cosmetic services and products. Clubhouse access tickets to Belmont Stakes. WrestleMania private full-day transportation and premium tickets. A $2,000 Nordstrom gift card. A massive box of Godiva, which is chocolate candy. If you guys don't know what that is. The list of items received by Ms. Grant from McMahon, and this is 2021, which was 3 years ago. $20,000 towards surgery, paid directly to a surgeon's office, and may get enhancements, nose, plaque surgery, whatever. Pearl/diamond paved labyrinth necklace from Betteridge in Greenwich, Connecticut. Blue cashmere knee-length cardigan. Blue Burberry check cashmere scarf. Blue cashmere and fur hat. Gray cashmere shawl. Celine sunglasses. Cable knit thrown blanket. Large bouquet of flowers delivered approximately every other week. The list of items received by Ms. Grant from McMahon in 2022. 2022 BMW 430xi, 5,000 gift certificate at Londier Spa. 2 private chef catered dinners in McMahon's condo. Golf and diamond paperclip necklace from Betteridge in Greenwich, Connecticut. 15,000 Bloomingdale's gift cards. Food assortment display and a tea company ceremony set for Saudi Arabia. Large bouquet of flowers delivered approximately every other week. This is all the stuff that he provided for her. These are all the gifts. And these gifts, was in 2021, I think 2020. Cars, necklace, gift cards, money for plastic surgery, etc., etc. So this was a lot that he provided for her. And the scene didn't get him nowhere because she still snitched on the man, still dropped a dime on him, and he's still going down. So this is no good. But Vince, it's definitely over for him. There's no other way around that. It's definitely over for Vince. No good at all what's going on with him. No good what's going on with Vince. So it's a wrap for him. There's nothing else to say at this point. Like I said, Vince McMahon is not going to bounce back like he did before. They peeped his game. They know he weaseled his way back into coming to WWE. They know that he sold the company. He only did that so he could get his position back since he was voted out, since he still had voting power. He became executive chairman. And now this stuff happens again. We had it happen in 2022 for the hush money. And now we're here, fast forward to 2024. He has a lawsuit, and a 67-page lawsuit at that, and a list of gifts that he gave her. This man was really tricking off to the highest degree. Definitely a high-value trick, as they call it in the red pill community. But he was tricking off all his money. She still snitched on him, all the acts, everything. And now he's gone from not just WWE, TKO, and there'll be no more Vince. And all I have to say is no chance he'll come back. But I will say one thing that I will say, he did do right by resigning. But I will say this: it needed to be done. It needed to be done. Vince had to resign. He had to get out. And I don't ever want to see him ever again in any type of WWE establishment as far as business goes. He needs to stay away forever. And they said for years and years that Vince would not give up the reign, give up any power, pretty much until he was dead, till he passed on. And now he's forced out for a second time. You can't sell the company no more. What you gonna do? Oh, there's no way you can weasel your way back in. Now, I said before, when the hush money stuff happened in 2022, and Vince would weasel his way back in, and he did. I don't see that happening this time. He doesn't have any kind of voting power, no board of directors, no nothing. Nobody's on Vince's side. All his guys are gone. Kevin Dunn, John Laurinaitis, all them guys are gone or they passed away. They're gone. Vince is out. He is literally O-U-T, out. He's out of WWE. And he's not coming back. But regardless of that, you guys in the live chat, in the comments, you let me know, what do you think of this whole situation? Let's say, yep, no chance. He's not coming back. That's it for Vince McMahon. Like I said, this is not what the whole show's about. This is one of the bonuses I have tonight. I want to get back to focusing on the show. Like I said, that's it. I want to cover that real quick. Let's move on to what we mainly came here for. We came here for the last commentary reaction for SmackDown. This is what we're here for. We cover part 1 of bonus. We'll get part 2 after SmackDown. And let's see what happened tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. We first had a segment of LA Knight. We had AJ Styles. And we also had Mr. Randy Orton himself. Now, Randy Orton said that tonight that he said that he was going to become a 15-time world champion. He's going to stand over, Roman, AJ, LA. He was going to win tomorrow night at the Royal Rumble. And he also said too that, there's nothing nobody could do. He said he gave Bloodline their props. He said Bloodline been on a great of a run, one hell of a run for the past few years. Solo, Usos, and of course Roman. And Roman's been champ for almost 3 years, a little over 3 years. He won at 20, so a little over 3 years. He gave him their props, but he said it's time to win the belt. And then AJ comes out saying, Randy, you attacked me, with RKO. You got a receipt coming. I deserve my shot at Roman after I was looked over and stepped over by LA Knight. The LA Knight, as you see, come out saying, AJ, stop whining, stop whining, everything, blah, 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 etc., etc., and, I'm going to win tomorrow night. He's going to be a new champion. And everybody's saying L.A. Knight. L.A. Knight. And speaking of which, of an L.A. Knight, that's what he does. That's what he does. He came out, said it's good stuff. L.A. Knight, he had to say, let me talk to you. So yeah, he said that tonight. And he pretty much went in. and he let him know that he's going to win. He will be the victor. And while LA Knight got out the ring, AJ Styles, like he said that he was going to get his his receipt on Mr. Randy Orton. So he attacks Randy. So, and then he hits him with the Pele kick. And then that's it. He walks out the ring. And Orton ain't gonna take that lying down. So AJ attacked Randy. Hit with the Pele kick, got him down. That was it. That was the beginning of SmackDown. It was a good way to kick off SmackDown. Now let's see what else happened on that evening for tonight on SmackDown. We also have here, let's see, shall we? We had a match, the first match of the evening. The very first match we had was Santos Escobar versus Carlito. It was slow up back and forth match. Carlito, he came with the LWO. Santos came out with Roberto and Angel Garza. So they had a little good back and forth. But it wasn't a long match. We know that Carlito Santos Escobar has having a lot of animosity between them for a while, for quite some time now. So, while that was going on, we had a distraction during the match. So we had a little distraction, and all we know is when the distraction happened, it came from Elektra Lopez. She attacked Zelina Vega, and she helped Santos get the win. So she helped him get the win. She came down there, did what she had to do, and she caused the win. She debuted. She helped him defeat him. So now you got Santos, Alberto, Angel Garza, and Elektra Lopez. And Elektra Lopez was aligned with Santos Escobar before NXT. And Elektra Lopez does look good. And for you guys that do not familiar how she look, this is how Elektra Lopez looks. That is the same woman right there. She's the woman that helped debut. She debuted and helped Santos win tonight. And that's her again, same woman. But that's her in the bikini in the photo I just showed. And now you got those four. I know Elektra Lopez built a feud with Lola Vice on NXT, but she's going to pretty much be on SmackDown. Seems like all the NXT people moving over to SmackDown. We had Elektra Lopez on for NXT. We had Carmelo Hayes again. Trick Williams over here. It seemed like a lot of people from NXT. The GM was even over here. Ava Rain from NXT General, the new general manager. It seemed like it was an NXT SmackDown night. This was a good way, storytelling. This is a good way to debut Elektra Lopez, show her alliance to Santos and the rest of the guys. So it's going to be four of them, seem like it looks like. And she, like I said, she had history with Santos, so it was okay match, not bad. But that was a good way to kick off SmackDown for the first match of the night. So we had, it was, like I said, good story going on. It was just we had some more good stuff going on SmackDown tonight. But we do have another one I'm going to mention of what else happened on. Now, the next thing that happened on SmackDown, let's see what happened. We had Final Testament. It was a little brawl between Bobby Lashley, Street Profits, and Final Testament. Bobby Lashley came out and said he's tired of the Final Testament coming out run like cowards. They both stepped up. Montez Ford, him and Street Profits, and Angelo saying, we don't run like the Final Testament do. So Scarlett came to the ring at first. As soon as Bobby and the Street Profits would go out to the ring, they wanted to fight tonight. Scarlett jumped on Bobby's back. It was causing distraction. Then we got Karrion Kross coming in. He's attacking him. The AOP comes in, give that word to Street Profits and attack him. And that's it. Them guys are out. They're out of there. They're definitely out of there. That's how the attack was. So yeah, it was definitely something tonight. So definitely, this is a good feud I see in the future of Bobby Lashley, Street Profits, and Final Testament. It's something they're going to have a good rivalry, and I like both squads. I like Final Testament with Karrion Kross, AOP, and Paul as the manager, but I like Street Profits and Bobby too. They need a good name, and I still don't have a name. I'm talking about Bobby and Street Profits. They need a name. Like Final Testament has a name, but Bobby Lashley and Street Profits need a name. Once they get the name, they'll be solid. I think they'll be good, but they need a name to call that stable. I don't know what's the name to call them. You know, I heard it was called the Pride or something, but what's the we need an official name for that. We need an official name. What's the official name of Bobby and Street Profits should be? That's the question, because they, like I said, they need something to define what they are. So I don't know what should it come down to. But I would definitely say they need an official stable name. So what would the official name of Bobby Lashley Street Profits should be? They need a good name, something that can stick with them, something that would hold with them for the most part. Something that will hold, something that will define them as, you know, Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. Something to define all three of them all together. They need something going on. So I would like to see what they're going to name them, because they need an official name. And to make it complete, they will need one to see what's going on. At least that's how I would see it. But yeah, definitely they need a name. I would love to see what they would call themselves, but this is a great storytelling. I can't wait to see where the story will go of Final Testament versus Lashley and the Profits. I can see them having a 6-man tag maybe at Elimination Chamber. It could all culminate at WrestleMania. But this single is going to be a good one going. Because LP's a bad tag team. Profits a bad tag team. Then we could get finally Bobby versus Karrion. I think really a one-on-one versus them two, besides the tag teams involved. But yeah, this is a good storytelling. I think this is great. Great storytelling. So you guys let me know what do you think of that, because I think it'll be good. I think it'll be something good down the line. If everything's just played out perfectly, everything's booked right, it could be a very good development storyline between Profits, Bobby, and versus the Final Testament. So I think that'll be great to have. It's like I said, it's got to be executed properly. And I think it'll be a great feud of what's going on. Great feud. But only time will tell, see what happens next, moving forward. And I think it'll be great. I think it'll be great regardless of what happens. But meanwhile, there's some more news of the night. One thing that did happen tonight that was good, which I figured would happen, but I think it happened tonight. We have new WWE Women Tag Team Champions, Kabuki Warriors. They defeat Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Good, solid match. We always know Kairi and Asuka work together very well. They took Katana Chance, took her out of the announce table. Kairi got out of the top rope, did a move on Kaden Carter. Asuka, still made sure nobody was coming. Backed her up. Pin 1, 2, 3. And they're 3-time I think they're the first ever. I think they hold the most reigns of this tag team championship, which is 3 times, because they won it twice previously, if I'm not mistaken. No, I think it's twice. I think that's twice. I could be wrong. You know what? I think it's twice. I think it'd be the second, or it could be the 3rd time for Asuka. Asuka's probably the 3-time champion, but I know Kairi won it. It's her 2nd time with Asuka. Asuka won it. It's her 2nd time with Kairi, and she also won with Charlotte Flair. So it's a 3rd time for Asuka. which is the most ever held. But they still the tag team champions. Bayley cut a promo earlier that night saying that the dream is that she want everybody Damage Control to have a title. Io got the WWE Women's Championship. She had Damage Control as tag team champions, which Dakota and Io. Now Kabuki Warriors was going to win, and now Bayley has to win the Royal Rumble to complete her quest for what she wants success for, Damage Control. So this was a good way. I figured they would win the belts at some given point. I knew last week on SmackDown, I called it that when they came out to challenge and confront Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, that they was going to win the belts, and people even knew and said, you know what? Nice to know you, Kaden and Katana. But, despite all of that, I'm happy for Kabuki Warriors, but it was the very short title reign for Katana and Kaden. I think they should have had at least, they didn't really have a chance to defend the belts. It was just the only thing I like about it was a short title run. They didn't get a chance to defend the belts. They only had the belts, not even 2 months barely. They just won the belts, beginning of this month. They didn't even have for a whole month. It was a very short title run. And Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, they are a very good tag team. I saw it in NXT. They just came to the main roster. I think they should have held to the belts a little bit longer, or they could have won the belts at a later time. Maybe they won it too soon because they did just get to the main roster. I thought they should have had more of a longer title run, at least defend it a little bit more to show how great they are as a tag team, make the women's tag team division stronger, a good way to display their abilities in the ring, and a good way to be champions and defend the belt. I know they defended, they beat Chelsea and Piper. I know they came last week on SmackDown and defended belts, but they don't even defend it. The third time they lost, the third time they defended it. So I thought it was a little bogus run. I think they should have had a little bit longer. But I understand they want to push the Kabuki Warriors. I just thought their run was a little short-lived, a little too short-lived. And I thought it should have been a little bit longer, in my opinion. That's how I see it. It should be a much longer title run for that matter. Because they could have did more with that tag team and more for them how to defend their belts and how they run that division. I just thought the WWE should have booked that a little bit better with the way that they were tag team champs, because they are a great tag team champion. They have one of the best chemistries as far as a tag team division, for the women's tag team division. I think they should have booked a little bit longer. At least that's how I should have seen it. That I wish booking had saw it that way too. But like I said, that's my opinion. I thought they should have the belts a little bit longer. Not to say with Kabuki Warriors. I like them too. But I think it was too soon. I know it's the Royal Rumble tomorrow. Katana and Kaden should have won the belts at a later time. Who knows? Maybe they will win the belts again, because this was not really a proper title run. It was so short. So short. It's like I blinked, they won, and I blinked again, they lost the belts again. So other than that, it was a good story. I see what they're doing. They're trying to pretty much paint the picture of the story that Bayley wants to tell, of her goals and aspirations for Damage Control and her being the leader behind it. So I get it. But meanwhile, let's get to the main event of the evening. And the main event tonight, as we all know, is LA Knight versus Solo. And of course, it ends in DQ. It ends in DQ because AJ Styles interferes. He interferes. He attacks LA Knight. And then, early in the night that Jimmy Uso approached AJ with a proposition saying, if you help us take out LA Knight, you don't have to worry about him at the Rumble tomorrow. It'll just be you and Randy, and then you just be pretty much be a triple threat step with four-way. And AJ just looked at him like, boy, please, I ain't here. And then during the night, while AJ Styles was out there, he had a chair. Solo and Jimmy told him to hit LA. Solo said, "Do it or I'll hurt you." AJ had the chair and he attacked Solo and he attacked Jimmy. It was all brawl out, Then AJ gets to the ring. Randy Orton does the DDT towards him, and then he gets ready to do the RKO. Boom. Randy Orton gets back to AJ. He gets with the RKO. Randy's still standing, but he gets attacked by LA Knight with the BFT with his finisher. And it's LA Knight standing tall. So the main event was all right. It was okay. I'm just tired of the whole repetitive thing. I mean, I just like the third week. The only thing I have an issue with this match, I've seen the same thing with AJ Styles, his match. We saw the same last week. AJ Styles versus LA Knight, same thing. It's just a whole so predictable. I know story they tell, but why does the main event of SmackDown always end in disqualification? This is the second time we've seen this in a row. Now, Solo versus the LA Knight tonight ends in disqualification. And this because of AJ Styles. Last week, LA Knight versus AJ Styles in disqualification due to the bloodline interference, which is Jimmy, Solo, and Roman. Always the main event ends in DQ. Think about it. We also had LA Knight, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles triple threat match. Whoever won the match will get the right to face Roman at the Royal Rumble for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. That match also ended in disqualification due to the bloodline. Interference, I should say, whatever the case may be, and ended up becoming a four-way like we have now at the Royal Rumble for tomorrow night. I'm just saying it's a pattern we have here, and this is the match. It became this match. It would have been just one-on-one, but it became a four-way because of interference. But the point I'm making is we always get a disqualification. This is the third time I've seen this the past several weeks, second week in a row. Every time we have a main event, whether it's LA Knight involved in the match, whether it's AJ Styles involved in the match, or a member of the bloodline in the match, whether it's Solo or Jimmy Uso, it doesn't even matter. Or it could be, like I said last week, AJ versus Solo. It always got to end in a disqualification. That's getting old and repetitive, and I hope WWE changes that because it can become predictable. And something told me tonight when I saw it was going to be LA Knight versus Solo, like we had advertised, I knew that it was going to end in disqualification because it always ends in a DQ. It don't even matter who interfered, whether it's Bloodline, whether it's AJ Styles or whoever, it always ends in disqualification every time. That's getting too old and too predictable, and that needs to change because if you keep doing this every week, we're going to know how the end is going to end anyway every single week of disqualification. Main event always got to end in a DQ. DQ. What they need to do, if to make it a little more interesting, how about you make the main event a no disqualification match? Or if you can't do that, how about make it where Bloodline and the rest everybody on SmackDown roster is barred from ringside? Something needs to change because we see this every single week, all the time. No matter who's in the match, it's always some type of disqualification. We hear the bell ring, ding 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 ding. We hear that every week. Every week we hear that, ding 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 ding, all the time. I was getting that. That's getting too repetitive and too old for me, and that's just ridiculous. So no, it's ridiculous. It's no good. No good. I just hope they could change that for that matter. That's what I'm hoping for. Hopefully it comes down to that because what's the purpose of a main event for SmackDown? I know we have a story to tell. I know it's proper booking, especially long-term booking. What's the purpose of having a main event every week on Friday Night SmackDown if it's always going to end disqualification. Nick Aldis, you need to change the rules. Like I said, make it no DQ or bar people for ringside. Every week we have this. And if he does this next week on SmackDown, just say, hey, nobody can interfere in this match, or they suspended or fired, whatever storyline I think the best thing come up with. But this needs to change. I'm tired of this. Every time I look up, it's something coming up with that situation. It's always something on that situation. I think it's just old and repetitive. It just needs to change. That's all I'm saying. It always ends in a DQ every single week. Every single week we have that. And it's just getting repetitive. I mean, what more can you do? What more can you do regarding this? I mean, something just needs to, just like I said, we just need something better. Every week we have this. Every week something like this happens. Every week. It's always who's going to interfere. Every week, who's going to interfere. Every week, who's going to interfere. You know, DQ, DQ, DQ. And I just don't see how this is going to make it better for business. I don't get it. I don't see how this will make it better long term. This is not a good decision that WWE's doing. If you want to make this more interesting, let's stop the DQs every single week. Let's stop that, please. Let's stop that. Like I said, it's too repetitive. I just hope they could change that. Somewhere down the line they need to change that. And I think it will be amazing if they can do that. But until then they can't do that, it's gonna be the same old sad story every single time. It's always gonna be a single story. Every week we're gonna see disqualification. Disqualification. So that right there, they just need to get rid of that. Don't have a match, a main event on top of that, and it ends a DQ every single week. I just don't think that's good booking decision. But I know WWE's going to do what they have to do. But I don't think fans will like that as a whole. You don't have to keep having long-term booking. You know, if we're going to have long-term booking properly, we don't need to have a disqualification every single week. I just don't think it makes any sense. At least I don't think so. It does not help at all. It just don't. So, like I said, you guys let me know, what do you think of that as far as this particular match, and will it be good to have? But I just think they need to change that, because it's not helping. It's becoming predictable that if they ain't gonna piss off fans, they're gonna start going. So at least that's how I see it. But that's my opinion. You know, it depends on like I said, it's got to be booked right if you're gonna do it. It has to be booked properly if you're gonna do it that way. At least that's how I would see it. Don't do that, and then the booking is terrible. You don't want to see that every single week that we get, a disqualification, no matter who interferes. I'm just tired of disqualifications every single week. That's all I'm saying. But other than that, I think it'll be a good thing. But other than that, I'm gonna lead to the grading of SmackDown before we get to the bonus round. SmackDown, other than that, tonight, 4 out of 5. So I think it was a solid show. Just a couple things that needs to be changed, a couple things that needs to be done differently. It's a good way setting up for the home show, the go away show for Royal Rumble coming tomorrow. Like I said, it was a good show. I think it'll be something great to send the fans home. They was in Miami. They touched on that a lot. I think that's one reason why NXT was in SmackDown, because I believe Florida is that's where the Full Sail Center is. That's where NXT do their shows. So it pretty much been there all week since Tuesday. And I guess it was a good crossover. Good stories told. Like I said, we saw new tag team champions. We saw debuts of Alexa Lopez. We saw other people come from NXT. So it was a good way for SmackDown. I said SmackDown still did at this point. It's still a great show. And before we get to the bonus, on X, we got to pull the plug. You want to check out more Come to Red Carpet Ring on YouTube. Rumble, we are still on. Or you could go to Rumble too. I'll still be on over there. But other than that, though, that is the great night I have for SmackDown. It's a great solid show. Like I said, great stories being told. Great everything. Like I said, I have no big problem with SmackDown. Just the tag team champions. It was good for Kabuki Warriors, but bad for King Carter and Katana Chance. Also, of course, like I said, the ending of the main event of Solo versus LA Knight, the DQ City disqualification week. Every week is a disqualification week. But other than that, we're going to get to the bonus round. The second bonus round, I gave the bonus for the beginning with Vince McMahon stepping down from Vince McMahon resigning from TKO after XS misconduct claims. I explained the whole situation with that as TKO was making changes and clean the house. Now we're going to switch gears since the coverage of SmackDown, WWE SmackDown Live show commentary reactions done. Cover SmackDown, did the grading, cover important parts of the show. The go-away show leads to Royal Rumble tomorrow night, January 27th. Now we're going to go to the second part, bonus of the show, and it will be about Jade Cargill, which will debut at the Royal Rumble, which is tomorrow. And this is a wrestling news week, day and night. Will Jade Cargill debut at the Royal Rumble 2024? Will she debut at Royal Rumble? Will she make her miraculous debut? Now I'm going to talk about Jade Cargill. I believe she's going to show up at the Royal Rumble tomorrow. She's been talked about, and I'll give previous things, but I think she may finally make her debut. That's the way I see it, and it could be a whole bunch of factors. Like I said, we haven't seen Jade Cargill in quite some time now. She has been shown on TV since, I want to say, Fastlane, when she was here with Triple H. She's been on NXT. She's been backstage. She's been shown training. I heard she's been doing great training. I know she has some personal issues going on. I know her mother just passed away of cancer back in November. So I know Triple H said at press conference, we're not rushing Jade. I didn't know what he meant at the time. I thought it was just training. But she had personal issues going on. I know that's a very, very tough time for Jade. But I know she is ready set to make a debut soon. I think she's going to make a debut at some point. And I think it'll be no better to make a debut than Royal Rumble. At least that's how I see it. Like I said, I think what she's been training, I think she will be amazing. I don't think she's going to be the same Jade Cargill that was in previously AEW, who was the TBS champion, which she was so stiff and very inexperienced, and it was so obvious. I think she's going to be much better this time as a competitor. She can even be up there with Bianca, the likes of her, likes of Bayley, Charlotte Flair, Io, Rhea Ripley. The list goes on. I think she'd be one of the top elite women because she has the look. She has definitely what it takes. She started out as a fitness trainer. I heard she previously had a trial with WWE before AEW. They didn't want her. But I will say, like I said, I think she'll finally make her debut. And I think Royal Rumble would be a great place for it. I don't see why not. I think that'll be a great way for her to showcase her talent. And she could definitely do her thing on the main roster. I definitely could see that happening with her. I don't see why not. But definitely Jade Cargill could definitely be on there. And it'll be a game changer because the women's division in WWE is already stacked. It's already solid. And I think Jade will be a great addition to make the women's roster, the women's division, even much stronger. because AEW does not have a good, solid women's roster. It's weak compared to WWE. NXT is probably the best women's division, but she's not going to be in NXT. She will be on Raw, SmackDown for the most part. If she was in NXT, she probably would have been there already, and her name's too big to be on NXT. She's a Raw, SmackDown, or SmackDown star. Or they could do a free agent if they want to. But I know Jay will do her thing. Like I said, I think when she debuts at Royal Rumble, it's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy, especially if she wins the whole thing. You know, I could very well see her winning the whole thing there. So I wouldn't see why not. You know, Jay could be good, very good pop from the audience, from the WWE Universe when they see her make her debut alone, and then definitely when she wins the whole event, especially her debut match. So I can see that happening. Most definitely. I don't see why not. I don't see why she wouldn't win. She has a very good chance of winning. And it could, like I said, make a big difference for for the women's division. I'm just interested to see how she's going to wrestle once she gets on the main roster. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen next following, her debuting, and especially if she wins. That would be crazy because I never heard anybody win a Royal Rumble in a debut match ever. Remember, AJ Styles debuted at the 2016 Royal Rumble, but he did not win. Imagine she shows up and win. I know it sounds kind of far-fetched, but she has what it takes. I can see it happening. And it would be a shocker. People, I know Bayley is the, one of the favorites to win. I know Nia Jax one of the favorites to win, or even, maybe even Becky could be one. But I know the discussion on Red Carpet Ring yesterday, did a collaboration, check that out. Did a discussion talking about for prediction that she could be it. I did it on here, did it on the prediction side. Who could win? Who could win the Women's Royal Rumble? And Jade Cargill's name came up. Her name came up, so it could definitely be something that will happen. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Definitely interesting to see. So I would like to see what happens with that myself. So it'll be interesting to see. Like I said, Jade Cargill, she's definitely a great talent. I know WWE's going to do their damnness to make sure that she has the best training possible and make sure that she has a very comfortable way of transitioning from when she was in AEW to now WWE. They're not going to make it harder on her or rougher than it already has, because they know she's been through some stuff in there. But I definitely see it happening, though. Definitely see her doing her thing over there. I just can't wait to see what happens. Like I said, we already got Bianca. We got Bayley. We got Becky. We have Io Sky. We have Kairi Sane, Asuka. There's some more women that are still training NXT that's ready for call up. And then, I know Charlotte Flair's out, but Jade could step right in and make her debut and do what she got to do. So that'll be definitely something that will happen. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see what happens next with Jade Cargill. Very, very interesting to see when she make her move, what will she do next, and everything of sort. Definitely like to see what happens. And I think I think she's going to flourish. She will definitely flourish and shine. I don't see why not. She will definitely flourish. I don't see why she won't flourish as an individual, but it'll definitely be good. Definitely be good for her to do her thing. I know it's going to take a little bit of time, but she'll get it though. She will get it. And like I said, I'm just interested to see what kind of training will happen with that. But she's definitely gonna. I could definitely see her make her debut. And as we know, she was previously in AEW from 2021 to 2023. She was the longest reigning TBS champion. and she held that on to Double or Nothing in 2023 back in May of last year, where she lost to Chris Statlander, the return of Chris Statlander, and she never came back. I can't blame her. AEW doesn't know what they're doing as far as training compared to WWE's level, but definitely something. Definitely, she's gonna be different. I know I didn't care for AEW, honestly. She was stiff. She had no good opponents. She was facing literally jobbers every week, and her match was so predictable. She even would put her fingers up to pin 1, 2, 3. It was just so old and tired, and already she lost the belt because she ended up being out the company. But I definitely see her not being. I knew she was going to miss. And I said this when she was out with AEW that she was going to end up leaving. I said that before. She's going to leave that company. She's going to leave. And that's exactly what happened. She left. That was it. That's all she wrote. She ended up leaving. But like I said, we'll see what happens next. When Jade Cargill shows up, I just hopefully I think she can botch a little bit in AEW. I don't see her botching WWE. I see her she got the best trainer in the world, the Performance Center by NXT. But I do see her possibly making her debut at the Royal Rumble. I think she'll finally make her debut at the Royal Rumble tomorrow. It's a very good chance. Like I said, she hasn't been on TV in the past 3 months. I know she had personal issues, but she still has not shown her face. I know that has something to do why she has shown her face, but I still see her making, because the Royal Rumble is all about not just on her main roster who's going to, show up, but also Hall of Famers, previous talent, who's going to show up the Royal Rumble, and anybody can show up. Remember, we got Mercedes Moné that may show up. We got other stars that may show up. It could be a whole bunch of things, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, her, Mickey James. It could be a whole bunch of people, who will show up at the Royal Rumble for the women's, because I'm very anticipated on men and women who's going to win each Royal Rumble for tomorrow night, for that matter. So I'm very interested, very intrigued who's going to win. If Jay wins, like I said, it's going to be a wild one. It's going to be wild if she wins. It will be wild if she wins in her debut and tomorrow night. But I know when she signed with WWE, there were high hopes for her. ESPN put this out. They put out everything with Jay debuting. And they was mentioning how it was a big acquisition for WWE to acquire her. They made this a huge deal. So I know that, there's going to be hype. Along with you have someone, when they talk about someone being acquired like that, they're going to have very high expectations for someone like her. So Jade, I know she's going to kill the best way possible, but she cannot drop that ball either. When she get the ball, she better run with it. She better go far. And I'm pretty sure with the training and the tools, she will do her best, and I think she can get there. Or at least I hope she'll get there. So I can see that happening. I can definitely see that happening. Definitely see that happening with her tonight at the Royal Rumble. Tomorrow night, the Royal Rumble, and moving forward. So that I can see happening. I don't see why it wouldn't happen, but definitely something that will happen. I don't see why not, but like I said, I have a feeling that she's going to show up at the Royal Rumble. I don't know what number. I don't know who she'll eliminate last. She could come in the beginning of the Rumble, middle, or maybe number 30. It's pretty much open season when she can show up, and when she'll show up and when she won't show up. So Jade Cargill, she got what it takes. She has all the tools. She was in a bad organization and a bad non-training system. She was basically just thrown out there in AEW. Now she will be in a great environment, where she is now, and she'll be trained properly. And don't be surprised if we see more people from AEW making a jump. We already got Cody Rhodes that came back in 2022, CM Punk previously, and now Jay Cargill. That's 3 people from AEW in the past 2 years that have shown up on WWE. We can definitely get more people to come. Maybe John Moxley. Oh yeah, Andrade. They say he's supposed to come. Maybe he'll come tomorrow night too. We get besides him, we get John Moxley come back. We can get other WWE former WWE talents in AEW to come back once their contract's up. William Regal came back. I just showed him on TV Tuesday at NXT. So a lot of people want to come, but I know there's only so many slots for everyone in WWE, not just WWE, but AEW, TNA, everything. There's only so many slots, but besides Jay showing up tomorrow, I can see Mercedes Moné showing up. I can see Mickie James showing up. I can see Trinity, formerly known as Naomi, who was just the TNA Women's Knockout Champion. I can see at least 3 of those 4 showing up. There'll be a lot of surprise entries of this Royal Rumble, not just for women's, but men's too. A lot of people can show up that we don't expect to show up. But speaking of which, I do have information, and something a little, I don't know how realistic this is, but I do have a little cheat sheet for the Royal Rumble. And it says here, this was leaked earlier. It says that Bianca Belair's 1, Jade Cargill 2, Zelina Vega 3, Natalya, Piper Niven, Shotzi, Lyra Valkyria, the NXT Women's Champion, Kelly I see in this list. I see Asuka, Kairi Sane. I see crazy Stephanie McMahon on here. I don't know if this is a real list or it's fake. This was leaked early online. I started to pull it up. But it does say Jade Cargill's in there. But they does say too, according to this cheat sheet, it says that Sasha Banks is number 30. She could be the potential winner. And it says that I think 29 will be, according to this sheet, Bayley will be eliminated by Sasha Banks. So this could work. It showed that Bayley's getting close to she get eliminated by Sasha Banks. And Jade Cargill be number 2. She gets eliminated 26. And she gets eliminated by Bayley, and Jade Cargill eliminates Bianca. So this could be a potential setup. Be some great stories told. Great stories told. But I see this being a good cheat sheet for the Women's Royal Rumble. So this could be a good thing. Like I said, I don't know how much truth to it is. It could be fake. It could be made up. I don't know. But I just want to present it to it because it shows who can win and who can't win. It just shows. It has a lot of people in NXT. You got Lyra. You got Blair Davenport, you have Tiffany Stratton, and you have Gigi Dolan. So you got about 3 NXT women, and then we got the Hall of Famers or former WWE talent. You got on current, like make a debut like Jade. You got Jade. Then we got Kelly. Then I see Stacy Keibler, Stephanie McMahon. That's why I think this is fake. Stephanie McMahon name is on here. And then Sasha. So it's a lot of unknown names. This would be a good cheat sheet. If this is true, we don't know how true this could be. You guys let me know in the live chat in the comments what you think of this cheat sheet. What do you think of the whole Jade Cargill making her debut? But it would be interesting to see if this is true and how much can this be valid? How can this be valid? How much this can be backed up if she were to make her debut? That's the question. Will Jade Cargill be in this Rumble, and will she win for that matter? Will she win this Royal Rumble? But I didn't see one for the men's, but they showed the women's could be leaked. Could be a leaked one for that matter. Definitely could be a leaked one. Only time will tell of what's going on. But yeah, I definitely like to see how they will move forward with that. And I would like to see if Jay really does come in number 2. Will she go all the way until she gets eliminated by Bayley, which would be, it seems like she would be the last 5, close to the final 4 in her debut. Maybe it's still a story that if she does get eliminated by Bayley, she enters number 2, and Jade Cargill could win the following year. She may not win this year. Maybe she win it next year. That could be a good setup for that as well. You never know. They say anything can happen in WWE. So we will have to see what happens next with that. Definitely something to look into. Definitely to move forward and see what happens. But like I said, I'm anticipating to see it when Jade Cargill is going to, of course, make her debut at Royal Rumble. Still very well happen for that matter. Still can. I wouldn't rule it out. Still can make that happen. It could be something very interesting. Very, very interesting of what's going on for that matter. I don't see why it wouldn't be interesting. But Jade Cargill, she has a bright future ahead of her. Definitely a bright future ahead of her. And I think she can do, I think she'll do great things in WWE. Like I said, her debut will be wild. We're gonna get popped, but she may, if we get Sasha Banks and we get Trinity, because I didn't see her name on cheat sheet, she may get overshadowed by Sasha Banks because the whole WWE is looking for her to come back. We keep hearing AEW, we keep hearing WWE. We don't know which one's gonna happen, but it definitely, if she does debut, regardless tomorrow, she will be. I think she'll be outshadowed by Sasha Banks, similar to how CM Punk outshadowed Randy Orton, and they both came back to Survivor Series. So if she does come back, it's a chance she may get overlooked, slightly overlooked. But regardless of that, I'll be happy if she does show up in WWE Royal Rumble, which kicks off the road to WrestleMania. That would be great if she does show up. I think it would be amazing. Like I said, Jade Cargill, I know her training's been great. And I think it's time for her to show up because she's been signed since September. I know she had personal issues, like I said earlier. But it will be 4 months that she'll be with the roster, or at least announced to us that she's been with the roster. Because she said she had no hard feelings with AEW. They couldn't agree on anything. They both went their separate ways. And she had issues there. They ain't gonna say it, but yeah, I think it's gonna be good though. I think it'll be good. Like I said, I think she'll be amazing. Like I said, I don't expect her to be the same Jade Cargill she was in AEW for 2 years she was there. She will have a lot more developmental skills, better promos, better everything. I think everything will be better for that matter. I'm just looking forward. She does show up at Royal Rumble, even if she don't win. Who will be her first feud? Who would Jade feud with first? That's my question too. Who will Jade Cargill first feud be? Because that's the question. Who'll be her first rival of WWE? It could be one. It could be Bayley. It could be Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, maybe Nia Jax. Either one of those women that may that she'll have a feud with. But I know it will be a great feud and a good way to jumpstart her WWE career. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that will go down in the whole her showing up to WWE. I would like to see how that will move forward and how far that will go. Because it's like I said, it's gonna be a star-studded Royal Rumble event. But I would like to see what branch you're gonna go to. More likely, I think Raw and who she's gonna feud with. That's the other thing too. Besides who her first feud would be. Besides that, the question is, will she be on Raw or will she be on SmackDown? Jay could be on either or roster. And I can see her being on Raw. SmackDown got more stables than anything. She could be on SmackDown, but I want to see her and Bianca cross paths later. I would like for it to be on Raw, at least so it kick off career. She has a big name. She'd be good marketable if she's on Raw, kicking off. But I would like to see what happens if she does go to Raw. Would she feud with Rhea? Would it be Becky or Nia? Who would be? I don't think she's gonna be no tag team or anything. But I can see her being on a good brand. Raw could be a good way to kick off her career. And I think she goes to maybe SmackDown following the draft this spring, or anything else for that matter. But Jade Cargill showing up, Royal Rumble will be epic, and it's something that won't forget. Because AJ Styles' debut, like I said, in 2016, we're still talking about that 8 years later. Every time Royal Rumble comes up, they mention how AJ Styles' debut, and I think the same could be said for Jade Cargill if she shows up. So I think it'll be wild if she does show up at the Royal Rumble. I think it would be great. So definitely something will be epic if she debuts. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I think it'll help her out a whole lot, and it'll make her debut more memorable if she shows up at the Royal Rumble. Definitely more memorable. It's something that we talked about. And like I said, she could go to a great brand, being Raw or SmackDown. And I could definitely see her being on Raw. They said she's supposed to be on Raw reportedly. I hope it stays that way. That'd be a good way to kick it off. We can see on the A premiere show, especially with Raw going to Netflix with the $5 billion deal for 10 years. Opt out after 5. I think Jay would be great if she goes to Raw instead of SmackDown. I think that would be good for her if she does that. But she shows up at that Royal Rumble, the crowd is going to go crazy. She may get overlooked if Sasha's there. And now Sasha goes to AEW and she don't show up in WWE, and it's just Jade. Then the crowd's going to be crazy and it's going to be lit. It's going to be lit. It's going to be wild. She shows up. It's going to be just like she's going to get a huge pop because we've been waiting on her all these months. So Jade Cargill to show up Royal Rumble, we need that. We need that soon. I want to see what her training's done and how good she's going to be in the ring being WWE trained, because they literally have to start from scratch with her, erase everything she did in AEW, and kick off what she's doing now. As far as it's pretty much a clean slate, new company, new management, new wrestling training, start from scratch and put in the work and get where you need to be. I would like to see where that's going to go. I just hope she's not a flop, and I don't think she'll flop. I don't see her flopping, but I'm anticipating seeing what's going to happen with Jade Cargill at the Royal Rumble 2024. I'm looking forward to that, and you guys, let me know in the chat and in the comment section what you think of her showing up, because we need to see what she's going to do in the ring, not just in ring work, but character wise, promo, all of it. We need to see what she's going to do. We need to see how this debut going to be. So yeah, she hasn't been on TV, like I said, since Fastlane. We want to see her now. She's been coming for a while. Like I said, I know she has a personal issue, but she has to show up sometime, and like I said, no better time than the present. Royal Rumble in Tampa, Florida. And I believe she lives in Florida in real life. So this could definitely increase chance of being at the Royal Rumble now. Now I definitely can see it happening for that matter. So yeah, she her showing up would definitely be good. And then she can show up on Raw the next night. If she wins, that's gonna make history, breaking glass history if she wins her debut match. Never seen it happen before. Maybe she'll be the first. It says the first time for everything. Maybe she'll be the first to, break that barrier of making a debut match at Royal Rumble and actually winning the whole Royal Rumble namesake event and get a title opportunity at WrestleMania 40 for the WWE Women's Championship, Rhea's title, or Io Sky's WWE Women's Championship. I'm sorry, Rhea's World Championship, her title on Raw, or Io's WWE Women's Championship on SmackDown. It's possible, but she's going to have to go through 29 other women, and it'll be tough competition. And you got some veterans in there. You got to go through Bianca, Becky, Nia, and then of course the rest of the cheat sheet I showed you. So it will not be an easy feat, but somebody's got to do it. So definitely, that's something I would like to see move forward where this will go. But definitely, that's how I would see it go down. You guys let me know what you think of that. What do you expect tomorrow night? Is she gonna show up or not? That'll be interesting. Definitely interesting. There'll be something definitely that will, like I said, break barriers and see how the crowd will react. So got it, and I will cover the event tomorrow on WWE from the Peacock event or Royal Rumble, and we'll talk about the post show here, post show, live show, post results of Royal Rumble 2024. And that's all I have regarding the subject of today. This is my subject of that I have regarding Wrestling Week news, day and night. Will Jade Cargill debut at Royal Rumble 2024? Will she make her debut at Royal Rumble? Will she make her miraculous debut? Thank you all for coming out tonight. Checking out Jade Cargill, Home Vince McMahon resigning, and WWE SmackDown live commentary reaction. Soon 2 videos will pop up. One will be 2024 WWE Royal Rumble predictions, picks of superstars. Second video will be on YouTube. When will Damian Priest become champion? Thank you all again. We'll cover Royal Rumble post show tomorrow here on YouTube and maybe simulcast on Rumble. But thank you all. Until then, it is OUT.